Hi everyone, in today's video we're going to be covering the app configuration page in the portal. There's a lot of different stuff that goes on that page, and we're just going to go through those one by one. So to get to the app configuration page, it's in the operations dropdown, and I'll select app configuration. So let's talk through these fields. The first one is going to be the name. This is arbitrary. It only exists on the back end, so you don't need to worry about that one too much, and it should be pre-populated with your school name in there. For the app name section, these next three fields, these are actually going to control what the fan sees when they download your app. So let's talk about app namings. There's three of them: app store name, app icon name, and app navbar name. And you can see the kind of character limits grayed out underneath each one for you to kind of help guide you as you're picking those names. So let's pop over to a deck really quick, and this will kind of show where those names show up. So the app store name, it's when you search for the app in the store, what the fans are going to see there. The device screen name, or the icon name, you'll hear it referred to, shows up just underneath the home screen. And then the navbar app home screen name is going to show up just at the very top once you actually open up the app. So that's where those three names all show up. This fourth name, the short name, is only used for notifications. So you can kind of see the example here. When those auto score alerts go out, that's the name we'll use for your home team. Logo, if your logo changes, you can drag and drop a new one in. And then this bottom part, there's not too much that you'll need to do in this section. The only one I'll call attention to is the map URL. What this is if you want to bypass our kind of built-in map functionality, maybe you have a great campus map on your website, or you're using another third-party service to do mapping, just popping a URL into this field will kind of bypass whatever From Now On is doing on the map integration and use your website or that third party. All right, moving to the next tab, home screen. So I'll start with this card visibility section. I can toggle cards to show up and then not show up just by hitting this little disable button over on the side. So if you're not using one of these features, you can hide it so it doesn't show up. Otherwise, you can also change the order. So if you wanted your news card to be at the front, you're just going to hit the up button and move that to the front of the list. And to give you a look at what that actually looks like, this is kind of our standard home screen order. And again, you're able to kind of turn these on and off and reorder as necessary. The other thing you'll see on this page is all the imagery. So you'll see schedule card, app banner, news, map, tournament, all the way down to concessions and merchandise and ticketing. Again, these card images are going to show on the home screen in the navigation. So those are the graphics that'll show up for fans there. And then the banner images are what show up once you click into each one. So if I click into the tickets card on the home screen, I'm going to open up and get the tickets banner image once I open that section. So a lot of times these are the same. As you can see up above, there's some cases where we do them differently. So that's kind of up to your discretion. Splash screen is newly added to the portal. So this is a new feature. It consists of a background image, a logo image, and then a sponsor image. And all of these would be optional, with the exception it's probably a good idea to have a background image in there. And what those actually end up looking like are something like this. So you'll have your background. This would be that team logo, and this would be your sponsor logo. Again, I would consider these two logo placements to be optional. A good example would be like this Northwest Missouri State example. They actually don't have a logo added. This whole entire graphic is just the background image. And then they've got their sponsor down below. Another example, EKU doesn't have a sponsor on their splash screen, but if at some point they did sell a presenting sponsor, they would just drag that into the portal and it would show up kind of across the bottom here. So that's the splash. Ticketing is just a single ticketing link to kind of your ticket home on your website. This will populate as a default in a couple of places if there's no game ticket link that overwrites it, or a team ticket link that overwrites it. So just to your ticketing home, that's what that one's for. And then API keys, you'll never have to mess with. This is a kind of our customer success team's responsibility to maintain. Just as a heads up, these are your analytics keys. That's how we track analytics. And then this is for notifications. That's what this One Signal ID does. But again, no need to mess with any of the API keys in here. That's all back-end stuff. So that's our summary of the app configuration page. Like I said, there's a lot of different pieces here, but we wanted to make sure we had a video explaining what all these fields do, so you're well aware when you make changes in here what that's going to affect.